Established at the Institute of Technology Tallaght, Dublin in 2007, the Centre of Applied Science for Health works through collaborations with other higher education institutions, government agencies and industrial partners. Their objective is to create new scientific knowledge in three main areas: strategies for combating difficult and antimicrobial resistant pathogens, biomedical devices and translational molecular cell biology research. The overall aim is to develop deeper understandings of targeted human disease and to create innovative technologies for improved diagnostic and therapeutics. Dr. Ken Carroll is the manager of CASH.
Here at CASH, what we look at are bacteria and how they cause infection on humans. To do this, what we do is we take human lung cells and we expose them to bacteria and look at what effect they have. How do the bacteria invade the tissue? How do they attach to the tissue? And what responses do they provoke from the tissue? Cancer is a very major concern for a lot of people, and at CASH we have a very active program looking at cancer and trying to understand how drugs can interfere with cancer. The big challenge here is to design a molecule that can kill the cancer but not affect the normal healthy cell. What we do is look at cancer itself, try to understand what's involved in the cancer process, and then apply drugs to it. We test those drugs to see if they're toxic for the cells, and what way do they kill the cells, and how quickly can they kill them.
At CASH, testing the purity of compounds is essential so that an imbalance isn't created, which may cause the said drug to react unexpectedly in the body, thus causing further problems for the patient.
Here at CASH we use a wide variety of technologies to study compounds, chemical drug products and protein drug products. The chemical drug products will be tested using things like high-performance liquid chromatography, gas chromatography and capillary electrophoresis. Linked into this, we also have a lot of structural chemistry instrumentation as well. Currently we're in the process of installing a new 500 megahertz NMR machine, which will allow us to get high-level detail about the structure and purity of these compounds and also to study their interactions with other molecules. On the biology side, we use things like MALDI-TOF, which allows us to take protein molecules and to work out the sequence of amino acids in those molecules. And this is absolutely critical for determining the purity of a protein-type molecule.
Dr. Kira Phil-Corbett studies the cellular signals involved in microbial pathogenesis, and in particular the disruption of tight junction proteins which aid microbial invasion of the tissue in relation to cystic fibrosis.
We're looking at bacterial infections in the lung, which are a major factor of mortality in cystic fibrosis. And we look at different proteins in relation to this. Firstly, we look at how the bacteria invade the lung. So here we're looking at how the bacteria adhere to the cells, and this is by the surface proteins. So that'd be one thing that we'd look at. Then we'd look at different proteins that are upregulated, and this might be either produced by the bacteria or produced by the epithelial cells in the lung, and these contribute to the mechanisms of the disease. And then another part that we might look at is how the bacteria get through the lining of the lung into the bloodstream.
At CASH we have a very active biomedical devices group. This is basically a chemical sensors group, and their main area of interest is looking at biological disease. The critical thing we're trying to get to here is a small sensor that can be used in a doctor's surgery to detect a compound very accurately and to tell the doctor immediately about what's wrong with that patient, so they can make an immediate diagnosis and provide the appropriate intervention for that patient at a very early stage.
CASH hope to contribute their own piece to medical research in the hopes of improving medical standards for all patients. The team are looking forward to the day when these treatments are perfected and available to patients in Ireland and around the world. If you would like to contact CASH, or if you would like more in-depth view as to what they do at their centre, the website is www.appliedscienceforhealth.ie.